What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So this is the OnePlus Open and this is my end of year review. And you're thinking, well, why would you make an end of year review? This just came out like in October. It's literally the end of the year. Well, instead of kind of making it like a 2-month review, I just want to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions of using the OnePlus Open and ending the year off with this device as I'm still testing it. So starting off with design, this first of all is my first foldable, excluding like the Z Flip series. I've been using that since the Z Flip 3, but I absolutely love this design of the OnePlus Open. So the first thing here is the alert slider. I'm super happy that the alert slider is present on the OnePlus Open and it comes in very useful, albeit sometimes it's like a little high, but nonetheless, that's okay. Also, the outer screen has a much better aspect ratio to use because the Fold 5 is super thin. It's like a candy bar, and the Open just feels more like your conventional smartphone. Like, it's so much easier to use the OnePlus Open with its outer display. And you having been using it since its release, it's become very handy. There are so many instances where I don't need to open up the Open to use the inner display, and I can just take care of what I need to get done with the outer display. Now, with the OnePlus Open, the inner display is great for watching YouTube videos, and when I also want to browse Twitter or browse the internet or play Clash of Clans, which has become my new game. And I actually have been playing Clash of Clans before, but I stopped playing for a couple of years and now I had to start from scratch. So I'm trying to catch up to where I last left off. But I love playing Clash of Clans on this large screen. Now, the Open also folds completely flat. Well, it used to. Here's the thing. It would fold completely flat, but throughout my use, obviously folding it and opening it and folding it again, I have noticed that it doesn't fold a full flat. Like, I kind of have to give it a little push for it to fold completely flat. At first it would, now it doesn't. That's one thing I've noticed while using it since its release. But the thing is, here with the inner display, the crease is not noticeable at all. Like, yeah, if you run your finger, you're going to feel it. But for me, it hasn't been as like noticeable as the Z Flip series. I haven't used the Z Fold extensively, but I've tried that out as a demo unit in stores, and that also feels like much more vivid. This one doesn't feel as noticeable. And even if you run your finger, yeah, it's there, but you can barely feel it. And from day-to-day use, like if you shine it at an angle, then yeah, you can see it. But other than that, it really doesn't affect my use. Now, with the OnePlus Fold, it also has an amazing display, both on the front and the back, the inside. And I gotta say, it's been a breeze using this device. 2800 nits max peak brightness, which is higher than the Pixel 8 Pro and the highest display I have ever used. But be aware, 2024 is going to be the battle of max peak brightness between smartphones. We're seeing smartphone displays go to like 4500. The upcoming OnePlus 12 is going to have 4500 nits of peak brightness. So it's going to be a battle in 2024. Nonetheless, though, this display has been great. It's 120 hertz outer display and inner display, and overall it feels great. The one thing I don't really like is just the fact like where the camera in the inner display is placed. So when I'm on like a video call, it does feel a little awkward, but I mean, where else are you going to put it? You can't really put it in the center where it folds, so it kind of does make sense. And it's definitely better than the inner or the in-display camera that Samsung has, which is very low quality. Other than that, this device is great. It has the inbuilt fingerprint sensor. I personally just don't use it. As an IR blaster, which has come in super clutch, so I can turn off and turn off my TV, which comes in, like I say, it comes in clutch at times. USB-C, and then it has some really good speakers as well. But overall design, this feels really durable. I love this like vegan faux leather type of feel to the back. And yeah, I haven't been using a case with this either, but overall design has kept up really well, and I can confidently say that using this device into 2024 and beyond, this design is going to hold up really well. Let's head into the performance department, and OnePlus goes big with the specs. So 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, and that's the only configuration you can get with the OnePlus Open, but I'm all here for it. Why? Well, because Z Fold 5, for example, has like 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, and it has configurations, but it's stuck at 12 gigs of RAM. This has 16 gigs and 512 gigs of storage, and includes the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And I think this is what a foldable should be, a powerhouse of a device. You're paying a premium price, so I think you should be getting the best of the best specs. Devices are starting to come out with 16, 18, 24 gigs of RAM, and I'm hoping that in 2024, the OnePlus Open 2 has the best of the best specs, 24 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, maybe a 1 terabyte of storage. But so overall, like, the specs included in this is phenomenal. But daily use is what's important. It's been great, but there has been a couple like software hiccups that I have noticed, and it does get really annoying. And right now I don't have any notifications, so I can't really show you, but that's the one annoyance I've had, is like when I'm on the lock screen, it takes, for whether it's the inner display or the outer display, it takes like 3-4 times for me to clear it. So I have to literally unlock the phone, bring down my notification bar, and kind of just clear it one by one, or just clear all. And it has been getting really annoying, and it does take a quick second or two when I close the inner display to the outer display to kind of open it up, especially when I'm in an application. So there is that too. And there's multitasking features with the OnePlus Open, and they're really great, but I haven't been using them. I'll put it that way. I haven't been using them since I've had the device, since launch. I just make use of using the larger screen for one app like Clash of Clans, and having a large screen has got me, again, playing this game. The one thing is, like, this just keeps reloading, which is weird, whether I'm in the inner display or outer display. But using this large display to play Clash of Clans, or really any game, I also downloaded Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. That has also been really great to play on the inner display. Call of Duty Mobile has also been really fun playing it on the, like, this has just become a great device to play games. I think I'm going to be using this as like my mobile gaming device. I don't know, but I love playing games on this larger display. But overall performance with those other like software hiccups, I think that those can be ironed out with a software update. Still running Android 13, by the way, but it is going to get hopefully 4 years of software updates. So Android 14, 15, 16, and 17. Let's head into the cameras. I'm blabbering on a lot, but cameras, you would think, oh, it has a huge camera cutout. Like, what is this? And it's actually very good. It's a part of the foldable that has been very good. I think it beats out every other foldable. Just with like the sample photos that I have on screen, it really does perform good. It's a high quality camera. Again, it's not like flagship, like it's not the iPhone 15 Pro Max of the world or the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultras, but it does beat out the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. And I'm mainly talking about the foldables here in the US. We have the Pixel Fold and the Z Fold 5, and now the OnePlus Open. And you really can't go wrong with the camera. Again, you're paying a premium price, so you want to get a very good camera, and you're getting that with the OnePlus Open. It's a large camera cutout here, so it does make sense. And it does stick out kind of, and the first impressions I've gotten with the camera cutout is just like, dude, that is ginormous. I would never rock that phone because of how large that camera cutout is. Well, we'll see how Apple plays it out with the iPhone, how much larger their lenses and their camera cutout gets. So we'll see about that. But overall, camera quality has been great. And I'm gonna move on to the battery life because there's really not much else to say. Like, I'm not really a big camera guy. I don't go into the details of the camera, but for me, if I need to take a photo or a video, I can rely on the OnePlus Open. Battery life has been phenomenal on this. It has, I believe, a 4,805 milliamp hour battery, and it lasts me all day. It lasts me all day, and the 67 watt charging is also super fast. Like, I can charge this up, I can throw it on the charger in the morning for 30-40 minutes, come back, it's 100%, and I'm all set to go. Now, it doesn't have wireless charging, and I kind of wish OnePlus did add wireless charging, even if it wasn't super fast, because again, it comes down to a point where you're paying a premium price, $1,700. You want to have all, like, the best of the best specs, everything included in this device, and there really wasn't any need of OnePlus omitting wireless charging. Like, they added it with the OnePlus 11, or excuse me, they added it with the OnePlus 10 Pro. They took it away from the OnePlus 11, and they didn't add it with the OnePlus Open. Now they're adding it back with the OnePlus 12. So, I mean, it does make me wonder, why wouldn't you add it to the OnePlus Open? They could have done it. Maybe they'll do it for the OnePlus Open 2, its successor. We'll see. But if you're going to be using this device on a daily, then you don't need to worry about the battery life. If you're barely using the inner display, then the outer display is going to last you really well too. It all comes down to, like, the more you use the inner display, obviously, it's going to drain a little bit more battery life. However, again, I'm going to say it again, it will last you all day. And I'm a heavy user. Like, I'm playing Clash of Clans, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm using Google Chrome, I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm emailing, I'm browsing on Twitter. I'm doing all these stuff, and it lasts me 9 p.m. So about 6.5, 7 hours of screen on time. That's very good. That's very good. Anyway, let's move on to the pricing. Pricing on this it's good. It's $1,700 and undercuts its competitors here in the US. $1,800 for the Pixel Fold and the Galaxy Z Fold 5. And I'm very happy with the OnePlus Open, and Samsung and Google now have more competition here in the US. And you can get some really good deals with this. Amazing trading deals or other deals that OnePlus does have going on at times. But you can always find it on sale. I'll put it that way. I got my OnePlus Open when I pre-ordered it for $580, and you're gonna be like, you got a phone for $1,700 and brought it down to $580. Well, here's the thing. I traded in my OnePlus 11, which originally I was planning on trading in for the OnePlus 12. When that comes out, I believe they're having an unveiling event January 23rd globally. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'm going to try to get my hands on the OnePlus 12. But I was planning on doing that, and then when I saw the OnePlus Open, I really wanted to check it out. So I went ahead and traded it in, got this for $580. And I'm super happy that I went ahead and bought the OnePlus Open. But you can always find it on sale, and you can do trading deals. Definitely worth it. The price, even for $1,700, I still think it's a very good price. Yes, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's expensive. $1,700, $1,700 is a lot of money. But if you can find a deal and bring it down some more, then you're getting a really good deal with what you get in this phone. So my final thoughts about this, I'm going to be using this heading into 2024 as I'm wrapping up this video and my review. I think I'm going to keep my SIM card in here for a little bit longer into 2024. And this is the best foldable right now, in my opinion, that you can pick up in the US. Outside the US, there's a bunch of other foldables that I have not been able to review or check out, so I can't speak on that behalf. But for those in the US, this is definitely the best foldable to pick up. And this, while this is a first gen device, and yes, Oppo Find N3 is also like the same, it literally is the same. This time Oppo decided to take the design of the OnePlus Open. So this is a first gen foldable from OnePlus. Nonetheless, I truly believe that OnePlus did a phenomenal job, even though this is a first gen device, and it makes me even more excited for the second gen. And if you're asking, well, should I just wait for the second gen? There's no need. First of all, we don't know when it's coming out. And second of all, we're at a point where foldables, or phones in general, are getting so good that I don't think we need to wait for its successor. And also, if there's anyone that I would recommend the foldable to here in the US, it's gonna be the OnePlus Open. And I don't think you should skip on foldables. I truly think they are the future. They have so much to offer, and we just have not been able to kind of fully dive into what foldables truly are. So that's OnePlus Open. That's my end of year review. Amazing device. If you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to smash that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. And also, definitely be sure to check out my favorite wallpaper pack. It's called Nebula. I'll be leaving links in the description down below, but I just love the different colors and the contrast and how it looks on the OnePlus Open. Anyway, that's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.